Morning, good morning. Jordan, Tamimi, Cecilian, Zishan, how we doing? Are you? Morning, methodical man. Good morning. It's not putting the order out. Oh, it's saying slate error. That was for. I don't want to reset it now. It's not saying which one it's for. It's not for Apex, and I don't want to cancel or try to get back in. We're too close now. So I have a Precision account as well as a MyFundedFutures account now. So gonna see where those lead us. But it looks like for the open, we're only gonna be trading the Apex accounts. Morning, Bahamas Trader. Good morning, Muffy. So I'm kind of leaning towards long. As you can see, overnight we were kind of trending up. Then we had that news this morning, which was higher. So I'm gonna assume we might try to go higher. Just the level I'm currently looking at. Well, as of right now, it's looking like we might be completely wrong, but I'm gonna leave it there. See if we get any more volatility at the open here. Well, you're exact wrong time. Oh. Why is there a guy in the backyard? Okay. Yeah. Okay. All right. Looking like we're not going to get that trade. run two. You can run two copy traders at the same time. All right, so no opening trade today. My bias was wrong. Maybe could have flipped the bias going into the open there with that 929 candle. Looking for the short. I'm actually curious if I would have put my... I think right now we'd be getting faked out because I think my order would have been right around here. Actually, it might have been even right at the bottom. So, if anything, I'm glad I didn't flip my bias. I was actually going to look for a band trade if it got there, but I'm pretty positive we'd be getting faked out right now if we flipped our bias because our order would have been underneath this candle. And it probably would have been right at the bottom of these two candles. So, glad we didn't do that. But looks like maybe they were just grabbing some possible stop losses, doing a little sweep there, making it look like we're going to go back red on the day. And let's see if we head higher. Keep in mind my order was somewhere around like 217. I'm glad I didn't leave it there because it's a pretty big candle to get up there. So the odds are we might actually fake this area out as well. Might just stay in this range. When did you buy a 25K account? How do you know it's a 50K account? It's not a 25K. Oh, the 250K? That's one of the three that I had eventually passed. That's on the lifetime activation, so no rush on that one. So it didn't even get above there, just straight up bounced off of it as of right now. I'd actually feel a little bit more confident now that we had a little pullback that if it does get above here, we might actually get that extra push. This is looking like a pretty decent key breakout area. But as we know, they could be doing exactly this, just the other way. I'd be very surprised if we don't at least test like 216, 217. Whether it goes after it does or it rejects, that's a whole different story. That's a 50-50 trade in my opinion. But it would be weird that we don't test it now that we already got up here. Because I'm sure there's a decent amount of liquidity sitting there. Good morning, Robert the Macadamian. The white macadamia nut. As of right now, it looks like it wants to just stay in this range, which is boring, but nothing we can do about it. I am thinking about resetting real quick just to see if I can, while it's coming back, I'm going to reset Quantower real quick. See if we can get rid of that slate error. I just want to make sure the copy trader does work on those. It's probably the quickest I've ever seen Apex load up. It actually beat MyFundedFutures in precision, which is usually not the case. All right, here we go. So, pretty sure our order was right around where it's at now. Would we have got the continuation? It's looking like we would have. I'm not sure exactly how. Obviously, my order wouldn't still be out at this point, but I was just curious if we would have got that push. Be in a key area. So as of right now, it looks like it's just kind of, it's attempting to just sweep that area for the liquidity, come back down into that range. All right, we're connected on all of these. Let's see if it works. Oops, I'm on the wrong 18. There it goes. Yeah. So, didn't matter because we didn't get the trade anyway, but at least now we know it's working. Question is, do I take both of those and put them into the bands trades as well? Why not? Because the bands trades I'm actually fairly confident with. Let's see, precision. And alright. So now if we trade the bands, we'll also be trading the precision account and the MyFundedFutures account, as well as the 3 Apex accounts. Good morning, MT. That wick at 2270 looks interesting. If I would gamble, might gonna go for the gap fill. 270. Oh, from the news this morning. Gotcha. Yeah, I actually had mentioned that earlier. That was my bias at the open was that we were gonna move up, but it decided to come down and sweep the lows one last time, make it look like we're going red. Good amount of liquidity probably sitting there. They snagged it probably to move it back up to those highs up there. That would be my guess as well. That was kind of my assumption going into the open. I just didn't know if they would push it down lower one last time or not. Obviously, none of us know that. Still too strong. Daily uptrend, weekly, month. Yeah, I just looking at the daily chart. I don't get it. I've given up trying to understand what the market's doing, and I'm just on a day-to-day basis doing what I'm doing. Looks like a bunch of stocks are up today as well. Oxy's actually making a nice run today. Back down into the range. So they sucked up that liquidity sitting above that key area. Back down. JD just kind of chopping around. CCL actually made a nice little move up yesterday and so far today. Hood, 5th or 6th straight day down. It's actually crazy now that I've been messing with the longer term options, like just how they act very similar to day trading. It's just on a longer time frame. It's pretty cool to watch. Wait, the move right back down to green to red. Swept it again. Now we're trying to bounce off of it again. Take what you can, give nothing back. That's the idea. That is the idea. Putting some orders out in options land. Just if they get filled, they get filled orders. Obviously not expecting them to do this every day, because why not? They're basically to buy back my covered calls at basically worthless. That's actually looking pretty weak here. Good morning, Paul. How are you doing? Pretty much found the bottom almost right at. That's crazy how they do that. 182.25, 182.75. So it went down 2 ticks on that attempt. 182.25, 18, literally to the tick. 182.25, crazy. So either there's a big buyer sitting there, or they're just playing around with it. Not doing too bad. Got some sleep. Went to bed fairly early last night. Kids were actually really good yesterday after the shenanigans from the morning, and they were good this morning, last night and this morning. So as far as that goes, good. Yesterday we had a pretty good trading day. I think we were up a little over $1,000 total on the PA accounts, so can't be complaining about that. Didn't get the morning trade today. My bias was, I wouldn't say necessarily wrong. Well, yeah, I guess so far it's been wrong, because now it's starting to look like we're heavy. But I thought we were going to move up through this key area at the open, but we actually came down and retested green to red. They swept it, came all the way back up there. I don't even remember where my order was, so I don't know if this would have worked out had we left it. But I told myself if we don't get the move right off the open, I'm not looking to take the trade. These candles are actually pretty poor. Look at these opening candles versus the candles from the news. So not that great. The candle, what was this, the 932 candle? That one was actually pretty nice. That was the best candle of the day so far, minus the 8:30 news. But looking for those bigger candles. There we go. We broke it by 2 ticks. 182.25. Oh, this is actually 180.75, not 182. So almost 2-point break there. That's the other thing, guys. You got to realize these candles are a lot bigger today because of that 8:30 news. So keep that in mind. So any candle that you're trading, it's going to be a little bit bigger as far as how many points it's moving. Morning, Froggo. How are you doing?
This is the future. Evolution. This is the future. Evolution.
I have a feeling the bands are going to be kind of tough to get to today with the added range. Does feel like it's trying to move further down though, so we'll see if we can get a push down into the lows. I am ready to hit the button.
This is the future. Human error. Evolution. This is the future.
Have not.
Evolution.
Morning, handy ma'am. I had questions yesterday right before you left to pick up your son. Do you have a video explaining these bands you talked about? Yeah, I actually saw that. I'm sorry. So these bands are the Keltner channels, and if you put them on your chart, you look for, so the moving average that you're going to use for the Keltner channels is the 13 MA, and the bands themselves are going to be at 4 standard deviations, which I believe they call them something else on Quantower. They call it the coefficient of channels width, which is another way of saying the standard deviation. So put those at 4, and the period of MA for Keltner channels at 13. Everything else is just leave it alone. Then what I want you to do after you have it on the chart is just scroll back and look at any time that the price hits those bands. And when it does, what does it do? Now, yesterday, there was a great example yesterday. Even on news, check it. But I also recommend just normal trading hours. But yesterday, I noticed when I came back that there was an instance where the market essentially went straight up, and it didn't really retrace too much. But every time it actually hit the bands, if you zoom in, every time it hit the actual bands, you did get a pullback. Right here. So like right here, I mean, even so, there was a pullback to here. Like you can see the wicks, right? So even when it hit the top here, it did pull all the way back down to here. When it hit up here, it pulled down to here. When it went through the wick here, it did go a little higher, but it came all the way back down to here. This one didn't even hit. Got close, but even so. Up here, went through. These, I mean, it did hit, and there wasn't much of a pullback, but there was a pullback, right? Here, went through. It actually went through the bands. Came back down. And let's see. I don't think, yeah, there was another one. This one didn't really hit. It was close. Again, didn't hit. Was close. And then we had this giant sell-off, which didn't quite get to the bottom, but you're starting to see the trend, right? You're starting to see what I'm getting at. Then you had this big old sell-off into the close, and I wasn't sitting here watching it. I was with the kids. But as you can see, we never really got close to the bands except for here, and you can see what happened when it did. So But yeah, that's the idea behind it. Was there news this morning? Yes, there was news at 8:30. Anyone got issues with Apex reset? My balance sits just like it was before. No, not that I know of. I don't really reset the accounts. Well, I haven't had to. Let me check the Discord real quick. And the last thing they have in there is from yesterday. Something about new accounts. Nothing about resets. Are you sure did you pay for it? No problem, handyman. Yeah, that's why when it gets close to the bands, I try to be patient. I found I tweak those bands through tons and tons of just sitting here watching the charts, as well as tons and tons of back testing. Like literally just going left. Left, 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 left. Just keep going left. And I would kind of adjust the bands based off of that. How I came across the 13 MA for the bands, that was kind of just like luck, essentially. Like I just kind of picked a number and kind of went with it and just kind of based the bands off of that. But what I've really the reason I stayed with the 13 is because I noticed over time it really becomes like a middle. If you notice, like when we do chop, it tends to stay right on that 13 MA, like really well. And that was kind of what I was looking for. I was changing the MAs like from 8 to 10, and then when I got the 13, I noticed that the 13 kind of just went right in the middle of the candles, like a lot. Like if you just scroll, like it's like right in the middle. So I was kind of almost essentially using that as my VWAP. And then I based the channels off of that. Does anybody here use MyFundedFutures? Out of curiosity. Good morning, Marius. Good morning, Logan. Oh, you're the one that I just looked at. Yeah, man, I paid 35. When? This morning? Last night? I mean, worst case scenario, if it didn't audit, did you get an email saying that you paid it? Because usually those emails with Apex usually come right through. I don't have the email yet, but I have the receipt. Well, so you got a receipt for the payment. When did you do it? From Apex website payment history. But you didn't get an email for it. That's interesting. I wonder if something's going. I would maybe go into I mean, 3 hours ago. Yeah, I would just go create a ticket. Just let them know. I don't know if it's it might just be something on their end. But it might also, I don't know. It should have been there by now. News in 5 minutes. I thought the news today was at 9:45. I might be wrong. Maybe that's tomorrow. That's Friday. Never mind. Don't mind me. The news in 10 minutes is not going to be anything crazy. It's just business inventories, so wouldn't expect too much of a move. I remember when I reset my account, it took 2 days to get my account back. Ugh. Yeah, I would definitely email them. Just ask. Definitely shouldn't be taking that long. Cannot stop yawning this morning. Might have to go get my energy drink. Yeah, it's frustrating with the when they only have the 71% off, because then you have to sit here and mess with the resets and stuff. Yeah, so we tried to get to the lows, did not. Now we're back green on the day. Feds member speaking at 10. Yeah, but it's one of the guys that nobody cares about. Go to it's I think it's don't they it just says help desk now, yeah. So Apex's main area, main website up top says help center, and then where is it? They make you scroll all the way down. They hide it, which is annoying. So okay, so just scroll all the way to the bottom and then go up a little. And there's a thing that says need more help, and then there's a link that says additional support. Click that. It'll take you to another page where then you are kind of towards the bottom as well. And then it says, if your questions were not about one of the above subjects, please click here for more support. Click there. Or on the right. I think go on the right as well. But then it takes you to a page where you have to go down to the bottom, or after you read all this, and it says, if you still need to submit a help desk ticket, click I agree. And you have to click I agree, and then it takes you to where you can submit the request. I guess they went through all that trouble because they were just getting so many random tickets. But it looks like if you're on the main page, click help desk. On the right side, if you scroll down, there's just a blue contact us button. And it looks like that is the same thing. So you could also just do that. That was much easier. True but never know, could slip, say something stupid. Maybe show us how to do it. So main page, help desk. On the very right side, scroll down. Can't find what you're looking for, contact us. Click that. I'm pretty positive that's the same form. Submit a request. Here, let me see. I'll go back and I'll go the other. Ooh, look at the big dump that we're getting here on the Nasdaq. Not even to the news yet, so a little premature. Let's see. Help desk. Scroll all the way down, like I had mentioned. Additional support. Click here. Right to the lows. I agree. And yep, it's the exact same. It's the exact same. So the quickest way to do it, main page, hit help desk, and then just scroll down on the right and you'll see contact us. It's the same, it's literally the same page. So there you go. Yep, no problem, Logan. See, Sean. I was thinking about making some videos, like the difference between prop firms, like the main differences between some of the prop firms. So like if somebody's coming from Apex, like what to expect moving to somewhere like MyFundedFutures or Precision and stuff like that. I'm just not sure how I want to do them yet. because I'm in that process right now. Like I'm like, oh, well, I want to try out MyFundedFutures. Like what are the differences? So I'm like currently researching all of that stuff. That'd be a good video idea. It's crazy. Like we're getting these big candles, but it's all within the range. So again, the 13 MA just acting like a sponge. New video idea. I blew all the PA accounts. Get out of here. Did the contract restrictions catch you off guard on MyFundedFutures? What are the contracts? It says I'm literally just now learning everything about them. I don't even know what they are. I was looking for a page where it kind of had that information, and I can't find it like anywhere. So that's kind of what I've been looking for. So it says 10 oh, it's 5 contracts. Okay, so I found where it kind of explains some of the stuff. It just updated now. It seems they're working on it. I have the new account number, but balance on. That's TradeAway, right? NT8 still remains. Yeah, it might just be getting it all figured out. This price action does kind of suck. Only 2 and 20 micros. It says 5 contracts for the 50K account. I don't even see like a 25K account. I think 50K is the smallest they have that I see. Ninja Trader. Oh, right. I'm so out of tune. Like I always use Quantower from the get, and I just like it so much that I don't know. People ask me questions sometimes about Ninja Trader and stuff like that, and I'm like, I have no idea. I've never used it. I wonder if it's the same, or like they haven't updated it, but I wonder if you were to actually trade. Do you have, when you're using Ninja Trader, do you also use Rhythmic? If so, I was going to say you could check to see if it's updated on Rhythmic. It's just free. You just download it. I'm actually paying 35 or 40, whatever it is a month for the first time. Well, not the first time, but for the reason I'm doing it, so that I can connect all the different prop firms together so I can copy trade them. But you don't have to do that. You can, get Rhythmic. Go log into Rhythmic and see if the balance changed in there. Because if it did, then you're probably good to go. But Quantower is free. You just download it and you log in with your credentials. It's the same as the Rhythmic credentials, and you're good to go. So if you only trade on Apex, like, you can use Quantower completely for free, copy trader and all. The only reason I'm paying is because I'm trying out some different prop firms, as you can see at the top of my chart. So I have it set to where I can connect to all these, and I can copy trade all of them. Like, if I want, like, you can't see it, but right now, if I were to take a trade, I'd be trading my 3 Apex accounts, my 1 Precision account, and my 1 MyFundedFutures account, which is also why I have it up, the Rhythmic up on the right side of the screen, so that you guys can see that I'm in all 3 of those trades, like when it happens. Like, you have to make 1,500 before they allow you full access to 5. Yeah, see, that's what I need to find where it says that. See, trader's evaluation. Where does it say this stuff, Paul? Like, is there somewhere where it says it? Or you just know that through trial and error? Quantower, here I come. Ultimately, I'm headed to Sierra charts. Yeah, I've been hearing a lot of people talk about Sierra charts, but the price really kind of puts me off. The $70 a month is like, I've had no issues with the copy trader, but I also am not trading 20 accounts, so I don't know if that is part of the issue. Or part of the non-issue, I should say. I can't find anything about like specific numbers. That's what I'm having trouble finding. Scaling plan. Ah, see, here it is. Okay. Updated over a week ago. So 2 minis until you hit 1500, then it's 3, then it's 5 at 2000. And then obviously you can stay at 5 after that. Interesting. Scaling plan means that you cannot open more contracts than the allowed specific amount according to the balance in the end of day that you have. Interesting, interesting. So that's in the rhythmic starter, and so that's just for the starter plans, and they have starter and starter and expert, right? So yeah, starter and expert. Right now they're having a sale on the expert ones, which I think is why people have been signing up for it. And the difference between the starter and the expert is the activation fee. There's no activation fee, right? As well as there's no scaling rule. There's no micro scaling. There's no consistency rule. Okay. Wow, I didn't even know. I hit the more button on here and it kind of is answering some of the questions I had. I didn't know that this was here. No scaling is needed. No activation fees. No consistency rules for both challenge and sim funded account. No minimum evaluation days. You can get sim funded in the same day. Payout every 14 calendar days. Extra max drawdown on 50K account size. That's extra? 2,000 is extra? Or you would get more on top of that. Found it very beginner friendly. You can't YOLO. I read it somewhere and also tried. Blew the account though. Sierra charts 36 per month for the basic version. What's the difference between the basic version and what most people are talking about with the $70 version? Why are people talking about the $70 version like you have to get it? Because it sounds like people that are day trading, they've all said it's 70. Order flow tools like footprint. Oh, so it's all like volume stuff? Interesting. With Sierra charts, if you pay the 36 per month, are you able to connect multiple prop firms to it? I think that was the other thing I remember reading or hearing, is that you can't connect multiple prop firms to it. It's just one. I think that would be a deal breaker. SP11 is best for those doing the footprint or order flow things. What if Apex comes with a stock funded account? Well, I've mentioned this to the guy that I talked to behind the scenes, and he said that he's brought that up on multiple occasions, but for some reason they keep shooting it down. I guess they don't think it's profitable for them. I don't know. I think you'd have to set up another installation. Their website looks like it's from 1995. I'm not sure of that, but I think there's a way to connect multiple prop firms. I do actually, now that Logan said that, I feel like I remember Trades by Matt saying that at one point, that you could open up another instance of the program and do it that way. So I'm confused with the MyFundedFutures thing. There's no activation fee, but so it's saying you have to hit the profit target for the eval, but once you do, you just get activated. And it says per month, but I'm pretty sure those are lifetime accounts. So like right now it says 132 with the code. So if you use code VALA, you would get the expert 50K account for 132 bucks. When you pass it, there's no, that's it. 132 bucks is that's it. That's the most you put into the account, to my understanding. There's no, it's not per month. It's per month if you take a month to pass the eval. But if you pass the eval and get into where you activate as a PA, then you're good to go. Like that's it. It was just the 132, to my understanding. Is that right? Correct. Expert doesn't have an activation, but it still has the evaluation. Yeah, Zishan, they might. You know how they tend to do those types of things. I don't even think Trading for Science was born yet. Yes, okay. Yeah, so it's 132 up front, but if you pass it, you pass the eval within that month, you're good to go. It's more expensive up front, but if you pass the accounts and you take your time with them, they're lifetime accounts. So with Apex, if you wanted a lifetime account, it's $140, but you're essentially paying a little bit more, because say it was 90% off, you pay $17 up front to pass the eval, then you pay the $140 for the lifetime after the fact. So that's the big difference. It's 132 up front and that's with the current 20% off that they're doing. It's typically 165. So it would actually be even more normally. I dread activation fees. Yeah, they kind of suck. But it's kind of nice that's why I think Apex, a lot of people cater to Apex, is because you don't have to worry about the activation until you pass the eval. So you can try the eval for much cheaper, and then if you pass, then you pay for the activation. Or somewhere like MyFundedFutures, I feel like people that would come to MyFundedFutures are people that feel like they're already consistent and they're already profitable, and they know that they're going to make the account last. I think that's the big difference. So we're back up to this 212 area that we drew this line. It's a pretty key area. If we can get above 220, as I just heard Methodical say as well, I do think that we'll get a decent little move up. Oh, you guys want to see what one of my oldest got me for Father's Day? Check this out. And yes, I ate one yesterday. It was the peanut butter. And I'm going to eat one right now, just because I looked at them. Chose the almond. It was good. Like, the ingredients are so much better than like normal chocolate. It's actually pretty crazy. But it still tastes really good. Like, it still tastes like really good chocolate. So this is the almond one. Look, I'm a chocolate expert. I've been eating chocolate my whole life. And this is good chocolate. Like, if you eat this next to like Hershey's and stuff like that, like, yeah, it has a little different taste, but it's not like, oh, like, it's a little bit healthier for you, so it doesn't taste as good as Hershey's. No, it tastes just as good, if not better, than Hershey's, and it's better for you. I mean, it's still chocolate, right? So you're still getting like the sugar, etc., but it's good. Like, I highly recommend it. Definitely put it in the fridge. Anyone who doesn't put chocolate in the fridge before eating it, you're missing out. Some chocolates are even better in the freezer. Like Reese's Cups. Put a Reese's Cup in the freezer and then get back to me. You've never tried it before. If you've tried it before, you know what I'm talking about. And there's like these little breakable pieces too. Yeah, it's like, still just sitting in this range. If we shoot right back to the lows here, the bands are sitting there, so. You guys notice, I just clicked on Alpine stream. Did y'all notice his new layout? Wink, wink. I check on them every day. Like I'll just click on. I didn't yesterday because I was busy. But I clicked on today and I noticed it was all changed. And it looks very similar to someone else that I've seen. Ah, this chocolate is so good. My wife went swimming with sharks. And she sent me a message right before. She was like, well, we were off to the sharks. If I die, I love you. Make sure the kids remember me. I was like, yeah, they probably will for a week or two. And she just got back to me saying, I'm alive. That was really cool. She was saying I would have liked it, so. I'm jelly. I'm just jelly. Should I go in and say, this layout looks familiar? Nah, it's just that you know it looks familiar. That's all that matters. He was talking about a trader that he taught the opening trade to a YouTuber a while back. Is that you? He's talking about me, yes, but the fact that... So, if you remember, if you were watching him when all that was going down, he wouldn't show anybody the opening trade. He never showed me the opening trade either. He told me, like, the idea behind it, but he didn't, like, sit there and be like, this is exactly what I do. If anything, he straight up did exactly what he did to everyone else to me, where he was like, figure it out. He's like, he was like, you can see what I'm doing for the most part. He was like, figure it out. So, it is what it is with Alpine. I mean, I was in there for like 5 minutes, and all he was talking about was telling people to show him how much money they make. Like, he's just not the person that he was before, and that sucks because he was a good person. I'm not saying he's not a good person overall now. I'm just saying he used to be a lot more humble and down to earth. Now I think he flies a little too high for me. I did set up Rhythmic and confirm the new account number, just not the reset balance. Interesting. I'm racing against time to grab the 85 lifetime on the 250k. Yeah, I hear you. I gave up on the other two. What made you switch, Logan? Out of curiosity. Or do you still watch them? Or who's the one that said they haven't seen them? Oh, that was Paul. Like, I'm always curious to, like, how other people view him. Like, I know there's always going to be, like, the followers, you know, like the cult type followers, and there's nothing you can do about them. But the people that are just normal people that were watching Alpine, like, I'm always curious to, like, their thoughts and, like, maybe why they don't necessarily watch him as much anymore. Same as you? What do you mean, same as you? Yeah, even I remember clicking in. I think his strategy now is he's doing like a 1 to 2 kind of strat, and he's just accepting that he takes a lot more losses. I don't know exactly how he's been doing with that. I haven't been paying attention to him at all. I don't know if he's still been getting payouts or whatnot. To his cat? He has a cat? I didn't even know that. Oh, his car. Oh yeah, I don't know. That's true. Wasn't he supposed to get that thing soon? He has a lot of value and inspires a lot of people for sure, but I see what you mean. I stopped tuning into his channel, can't relate to him anymore. Well, and that's the thing. He was relatable, but now he's to the point where he's getting so much money on the back end that what he's making via showing, like what he's making from trading, doesn't even matter at this point to him. It's all just extra. And it's the same with somebody like Trades by Matt. Like when Trades by Matt is taking these 40K withdrawals, it's all just icing on the cake. He already has the cake behind the scenes. And that's how it is with Alpine now as well. And that's why you have people like Nutty who will defend Apex until they die, because they're making so much from the affiliate side of that it's worth fighting for it. His cat. I was so confused when he said cat. I view him as a person doesn't understand price action and can't trade probably without his opening trade scheme. I mean, time will tell with that. Like, I'm not gonna say he's a bad trader. I've known him for a very long time. Like I've known him since I started trading for the most part. And I will say that one thing he is guilty of is he moves from strat to strat, and he's always done that. But when he finds something, he's not afraid to go for it. He's not afraid to put the money where it is. But he makes a lot of money in his real life. He doesn't have a wife. He doesn't have kids. He doesn't have that much responsibility. Like, his responsibility is his car and his business that he owns. So, like, he had, like, that's why I always say everyone's in a different position financially coming into this. And that it makes a huge difference. If you have money to throw at it and go for 20 accounts and go for the max payouts, that's what people want to see, right? People want to see the entertainment of people copy trading 20 accounts going for big payouts. And guess what? In the end, if it didn't work out for him, he probably would have been out like a couple grand, like in account fees, right? Like, that's not that big of a deal. He was risking that trading stocks every day. So, and that's what I'm trying to get at, is everyone's in a different situation. And a freezer full of Reese's Cups to go with that cake? Yeah, I feel that. The recent Apex rules changes got to him. Yeah, they really did. Like, he's afraid to even trade the open now. I think he's doing that in private again, because he doesn't want anything to come of it again. It was fun back then, like last year, and now it's not the same. What? Alpine? Yeah, Alpine has become a very egotistical person in not the best of ways. And that's what drew me away from him, or pushed me away from him, I should say. Drew me away. That's counterintuitive. Tuned in to watch him game Apex into hundreds of thousands of dollars in payouts. Now that it's over, I don't watch. You can't learn anything from him other than him. Has he really? I don't think he's made that much. Oh, hold on, my wife's calling me. All right, love you too. Bye. All right, I'm back. Let me scroll up and see what you guys said. Yeah, I'm not saying he didn't make that much. For some reason I thought it was only like 100 and something thousand. I didn't realize it was 200 and some. But I mean, it makes sense. Like I said, he went for it. Oh yeah, I just clicked 257. Yeah, and I told it, good for him, man. Anybody that can make that much from prop firms, I mean, he's obviously on the right path. Well, he was. Yeah, I saw he ordered the Porsche. That cracks me up. But again, when you don't have anyone else but yourself, it's a lot easier to do stuff like that. His payments were somewhat legit. I left because it was not making me any better. Well, he literally was putting everything behind a paywall too. That was the funny part. Yeah, that week was insane. What a world we live in where people can earn more money pretending to be good at trading than actual good traders. It's so true, man. And that's what I try. When I made my channel back in 2018, it was partly, so it was two parts. The first part was to just document my journey. Like that was half of the reason I made my channel. But the other half was the idea, if I grew my channel big enough, maybe people would see me, an honest person, before they see these other people, and they could ask me, oh, what do you think of Ross Cameron? What do you think of Investors in the Underground? Like, what do you think of these places? And it's like, what do you think of Tim Sykes? I would be able to get them before they waste their money, right? Because I knew what those places were. And that was kind of the idea behind making the channel, is because I went through it. I didn't pay for any of that stuff, but I learned very quickly, like, they're just trying to take your, like, they're making money off of you, not the markets. And all these little, like, how easy is it to upload only winners? How easy is it to make it look like you're a big winner when when you're not, like, it's just, there was so much scamming, and there is so much scamming going on even now that, I mean, there's another YouTuber that streams props that until very recently was tens of thousands of dollars into it without making any money. I mean, he made, I think there was like maybe 1 or 2 payouts, but at least, he did admit that he's not a great trader. But the reason that he would push the way that he did is because, trust me, he was making money hand over fist in other ways. And it's like, that's what people just don't understand. And that's why I love people like Methodical, because he's like me, completely upfront, completely transparent about everything. And that's the only people I want to be around, because they're the only true people. And not, like, everyone on YouTube gets such a bad name because they're all turning into these people that are just selling to earn that affiliate money. And it's like, not everyone's like that, but I can see why we have that name or that stigma about us, is because 95% of the people are that way. Maybe even like 99%. It's quite pathetic. Like, there's so many channels out there that we don't even know about because they're smaller channels at the moment that are just straight lying through their teeth. And I used to see it in stocks all the time. People using demo accounts and getting away with it. Like Patrick Wieland, like, he was one of them. Pretty sure he's still, like, and that's the thing. These prop firms are a dream come true for him, because even if he, buys these accounts, like, he can show, look, I made $60,000 in one day. But guess what? He'll never take that money out, right? He'll never get to pay out on those accounts. But he can make a video and a thumbnail saying, I made $60,000 in one day. And and he didn't even have to risk anything, because they were all just these prop accounts. And it is what it is, but that's the world we live in, and it's unfortunate. Yeah, TradeNet. I wish we had stuff like TradeNet again. I would actually probably be there. If TradeNet became legal again, like for the US, that's something I would probably try just to get back into stocks a little bit. Cuz like sitting here, like I have nothing to trade. My edge is not presenting itself. And it's like even here it got real close, but it still didn't give me the trade. So it's just very frustrating to sit here and not get trades. You know, everyone says that, but when I look into OBS, it's like I'm hitting pretty high on, like, you know how it goes like red, yellow, green? Like I'm hitting like right at the green and yellow. Because people have told me that before, and I'm like, maybe they're just super high. Because like on methodical stream, for him to sound normal to me, I have to have him at like 15% volume. So I think that all these other ones just have their volume up super loud, where mine I think is normal, and they just you're just used to everyone else like cranking theirs up. TradeNet was actually good before they artificially induced slippage, and yeah, I agree, because they got exploited by a top trader. I mean, it makes sense. They were running into what Apex ran into. They were getting exploited. Maybe use a compressor. I mean, you're one of the only people I've heard people say it before, but it's very, very rare. Like if you turn my stream up to 100%, am I too loud? What's going on here? See if we can get a push down through the lows. A nice little candle there. You had essentially ability to hit the ask for as many shares as you could with not worry of slippage in the same. Yeah, I mean, it is true, right? Like, yeah, you could take like a 20K order on a ticker that only has 20K total volume and not get any slippage. You had to hook up your Bluetooth to hear me? How does that make any sense? Why? Why would you need to hook up Bluetooth to hear me? Man, we are running into these lows again. At what point do we actually go through them? Pretty easy to identify the range that we're in, though, huh? It's your China speakers. Hire a lip reader to hear me. Hire John Boy. Don't get the speakers from Temu. You should always have your. This is my point, though. Your volume should always be at 100%. I sound correct when you have your sound where it's supposed to be. The fact that you have to turn other people down, that's their fault. You're supposed to have your sound at 100%. The only time you're supposed to turn your sound down is when you want to hear less. You're not supposed to have it down at 50% and then, like, what do you want to blow your eardrums out? Through the lows here. Uh-oh. There we go. Why is it not letting me move the... There it goes. Wasn't letting me move the orders. Well, I was hoping for more of a push there so that we could get the retest of that break, but that wasn't much of a push through. I would have been looking for exactly what it's doing now, the retest. I think he meant my laptop is, yeah, they're talking about their main volume. Sounds louder here than in the bedroom. With my sounds at 100, you sound audible, but the other sounds my computer make are really too loud. I mean, my volume is at 100%, and I literally have methodical here. I'll tell you, he's at 5% on YouTube. I have everything set to 100%, and I have to have methodical at 5%. Like, my volume on Firefox is probably around like 10%. Nice bounce here. Methodical's in this long. He got long here at the support level, so he went through a little drawdown. Ended up getting the nice bounce. That's what we would have been looking for, but we were just looking for the extra push down first. Unfortunately, the bands are a little too far away today. Like order placements on Ninja. That's so weird. All the like sounds and stuff for all my programs are perfectly fine. Oh, there is, but I'm not going to change it. I think it's perfectly. I have changed it. I have it set to exactly where it's supposed to be. Here, look. So I can't really see this because now it's super small, but my mic audio, look, it's the top of the green and it goes into the yellow. That's exactly where it's supposed to be. If I go any louder, like you start getting into the red, you start to clip. And if you start to clip, then that's not good. So my sound coming out of my microphone is exactly where it's supposed to be. What everyone else does with their sound and stuff, I can't control that. I mean, that's up to them how they do it. Don't clip me. Jordan, second 20K payout secured. Let's fucking go. For boy Jordan. Jordan is a fucking prodigy. That dude came in, bought 10 accounts, 10 eval accounts, passed them all, went straight to payout on all 10. First 10 accounts, 20K payout. And now he's doing it again. He's at another 20K payout. But he's got 20 accounts now, but he just got 10 of them there for the 20K payout. Absolutely insane. Dude's a freaking legend. Jordan says he's been trading the wick test, and I was just looking. I was like, wait, this wick test here just got absolutely blown out. Usually they're pretty nice, where it comes down, the wick test, it comes back up, and then you look to grab a short, basically, looking for it to come back down. You should invite him on the show. Jordan? I don't know if he'd want to. I don't, something I could ask him. Did join stream with the bearded fella and I couldn't hear you at all. On methodical stream? Everyone was I feel like everyone was hearing me fine. Paul asks anybody who's gotten payouts, what did you do with the money? I've just pretty much reinvested it or paid bills. For a Grand Highlander for my family? Hell yeah. That's awesome. Gave most of it back to Apex, of course. That's how gambling works. So I think Jordan may have has been copying TBM. Let me see. I don't see where his trade was. Oh, it was before the break of those lows. Like way before. Interesting. I wonder why he took this trade. I don't think this was a short. So maybe Jordan didn't take the same trade because this was from way before. I don't know. I don't even know what this trade was from TBM today. It doesn't look like a trade he normally takes. Now my dad's calling me. Let me answer that real quick.
Just walk right out the door. Don't wanna do this anymore. Now I'm lost without you. You drive me crazy out my mind. How'd you do this every time? Now I'm lost
I will share his chart. I think he was planning on it anyway. The 10-10 5-minute candle.
You're so distant when you're home, always hanging by your phone. Do I even know you? And I get paranoid sometimes, 'cause I know that you ain't mine, and I'm lost without you. Used to be the one I talk to when I'm sad. Can't you see no tainted love is all we had? Our issues run so deep, now when I try to sleep I feel so bad. I should leave, and by the time it's all become.
Down in selling Quantower, most of the options I'm looking for are paid. All order flow things are paying subscribers. Well, yeah, if you want extra stuff, you get two indicators for free, and you get the copy trader for free. But if you want like a lot of the extra stuff, yeah, they put it behind the paywall. Do you ever look at the percentage of the candle and the volume and how it behaves? What do you mean? Go for it, Logan. What's up? It was, if you look at the 5-minute chart, it was around 200 at 10:10, came back up and touched down. And right back into the range. I want to enter a trade at a close of the candle. Is it possible to set up an order type that will engage me in the direction I choose? So you can use the mouse clicks. If you use mouse trading, if you left click, so like say I wanted to enter above this candle, I would mouse click, left mouse click. It'll put me in a stop long position. Or say I want to short on the break of down here, I right click on the mouse and it puts a stop limit order in that way. Trying to catch the exact start of the next candle. I mean, just check the price. So like if it was this price says 20,180, you can, so let's say I wanted to, I can put it up here, right? I can then unclick the mouse, right click on the order itself and hit modify. And then you can change the price to whatever you want it to be. So what was it? 180? So see, I hit modify and it went right to it. I find my reaction time not so good considering when the market is volatile. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of why I like the mouse trading, because you can just put the order out right then and there. And then if you think it's not exact, like I said, you just right click on the order itself over here, hit modify, and you can change it. The bands are great for showing consolidation days. They really are. Yeah, like especially if you zoom out, you can just see it just sits right in the middle. Might need to write an algo. I mean, I don't know. I guess I'm never that exact, nor do I, like, I don't try to be that exact. But if you are, then yeah, maybe that would be the best way to do it. I cannot type this morning. That's what I was trying to say. Catch the exact start of the next candle, but wait for the candle to behave correctly. Like not have a pullback. I'm looking at trading the next candle. Like it's 804. I'm trying to get in at 805. So you're saying you're trying to get in. Let me zoom in here. So you're trying to say like if this candle right now, if it were to end, you're trying to get in at the break of that candle, like right there, it would have broke, or you're trying to get in right when that next candle starts. Again, hoping for a bigger push to get this retest, but unfortunately we're just not getting that extra push before getting that retest. Start of the next? Yeah, that I have no idea. I see what you're saying. Yeah, that's something you probably would need an algo for. So like if it's at the bottom of the candle, like you want to get like the continuation of that candle. I mean, you could also just watch the seconds. Like if you put the seconds on the chart, if you're using a 1 minute chart, just watch it. So when it gets down to 3, just count it down 3, 2, 1. And if it's going down, just hit the bid. Or if it's going up, hit the ask. Dude, this song is nice. I like this song. I mean, that would be my best way to do it without an algo, is to just watch the seconds. Like right now it's 10, 9, 8. So I would wait till it gets to like 3. So like here, 3, 2, 1, and then I would just get ready to hit the bid. But I don't know what's the idea? Like only if it's coming down through a key area? Like I don't know exactly what your strategy is. You time to next bar. Time to next bar. Right, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. And click market buy or sell. Yeah, that's exactly what I said. but I'm not using a time chart. Tick charts won't show. I have no idea. I don't use tick charts. Never have. Yeah, to here is probably right. You would have to just code it. Because if you don't know what the time is currently, I mean, yeah, I don't really know what to tell you.
We like to think we have some form of control still, making our constant binary choices and voicing our equally shallow opinions more loudly or quietly. Most people can't even decide what color to wear or which burger to eat. What does it matter, man? Autonomy is an illusion.
Good luck.
Autonomy is an illusion. Autonomy is an illusion.
Just stair stepping. Just want to let you know Jesus loves you and God doesn't hate you. He died for you. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, God or Jesus. I don't know that. What's the difference between the two? Jesus loves you and God doesn't hate you.
People can't even decide what color to wear or which burger to eat. What the does it matter, man? Autonomy is
Should it say they died for you? Because God never died? I don't know.
autonomy is an illusion.
Can we get the extra push? Is the question.
Autonomy is an illusion.
Gimme, 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 gimme.
Let's go. Yo, I'm like an addict, do I gotta have it. I ain't even playing, got a really bad habit. If it moves, gotta grab it. Fuse like a magnet, lose, won't have it till I'm doomed in a casket. I ain't playing, got a weird mind. If you work 8 hours, I'ma work 9.
Oh, the patience. The patience. Am I in a position? Nope. You'd be able to see it on my screen. I just have an order an order out. I was waiting for it to try and come hit the bands, but we just can't get the extra push today. Jesus, God's son, own son, died for us. But in order for God to have a son, he would have had to have been a person as well, correct? I'm not trying to get into that. I'm just... I get so confused when it comes to religion. People float stuff around with religion so often. I gave up on that a long time ago. Yeah, please, let's not. Yeah, exactly. How dare I question it? Oh, my bad. Oh, my bad. Hey, I didn't bring it up, okay? Alton did. Blame him. The bowl has arrived. Switch over to Alpine? You would switch over to God? Oh, you didn't want to get into religion. That's God himself. He'll tell you. You know what else is everywhere? Innocent people with cancer. But we won't talk about that. Brago, there goes your boy in Discord. Or girl. Logan, naturally, or did they go through chemo? Father, no trades today. Okay. The irony in that, Father. Exactly. Logan, I'm not getting into this, man. I have no want to. And there's my kids' camp. Great. Oh.
something I love. I got a poker face, but honestly, I'm not one to bluff. I flip a switch, never miss, man, I always stay up. Don't let them see you, bitch, always have a plan to stay tough. This life ahead of you ain't easy, it was built to be rough. But that's what makes a personality, is tragedy, bruh. So keep your head on your shoulders. Now we ain't out here moving rocks, we out here moving boulders. Now we ain't getting posterized, we out here making posters. And we ain't got nothing to hide, we move forward like soldiers. You better wake up for the pay stub, or you'll pay up. Don't make love to the game, bruh, fuck the game up. Change up, rearrange stuff to your greatness. Same us for the way up, play the game, bruh. Never stop, I'll get it if I want it. Gotta make to myself a promise. I won't quit, keep going till I got it. I won't give up till I'm on top, yeah. You know I'm always honest, there ain't no way I'm ever stopping. I won't quit, keep going till I got it. I won't give up till I'm on top. I'm always flirting with pain, she like to hurt me and maim. I'm always working to change, but she's still lurking the same. I keep on building a dynasty while the haters be trying me, but they hate from inside. You see, hate themselves in society, so I let them speak quietly while my actions speak wider. See, they be hiding in privacy with the screen. Oh, the irony to hate someone who's trying to be whatever they would like to be. We all feel the anxiety, we make our own rivalries. Yo, so where is all the positivity? I feel like we all just hate on everything, it's killing me. Thoughts build quick, causing different possibilities. Negative thoughts will cause different disabilities. So do better, work hard under pressure. If you got no time, work smarter than ever. Don't ever let them tell you that you can't never say never. And turn your mind into the truest to go-getters. Never stop, I'll get it if I want it. Gotta make to myself a promise. I won't quit, keep going till I got it. I won't give up till I'm on top, yeah. You know I'm always honest, there ain't no way I'm ever stopping. I won't quit, keep going till I got it. I won't give up till I'm on top, yeah. Let's go. I wake up to a little bit of drool on my pillow, feel like it's gonna be a bad day. Yeah, I'm tired of shit, and the coffee ain't hit yet, damn, ain't that great. I don't wanna go to work, cause my boss is a jerk, and I'm not even that paid. I need a change in my life, cause I don't feel alive, and there's nothing that makes me happy. Hold my beer for a minute, I'm about to quit my job, cash in for a ticket. I'm going on a trip, and I don't plan to visit. I'm gonna stay there till I feel like I'm winning, and this is just the beginning. I need a big change, help me feel like living. I need a big swing, home runs I'm hitting, and I'll never look back, moving on till I get it all. And we all got dreams, we all want things, but what you gonna do for it? How you gonna move for it? What you gonna be? And do you believe you can do anything? But what you gonna do for it? How you gonna move for it? What you gonna be?
Sorry about that. Bow down to me, peasants. Lambos and we can discuss it another time, set specifically for this, as God pleases. Oh God. Interesting subject in a trading room. Yeah, I don't know how that happened. Oh, it's because the guy came in and said what he did. Where people are saying it's an interesting subject for a trading room, but you keep talking about it. Stop talking about it. That's what I'm gonna do. I know. Where is that? You on 2 alt accounts trying to keep the conversation going? I'm just kidding. Did you see that there was a trans one Miss Maryland? Yeah, Logan, that does suck.
Oh, this is very
It's
aggressive.
thinking about it now give me goosebumps because
I want it to be less
it's been so long. Well, first, for a married woman to be able to compete in 67 years, then on top of that, just being the first trans woman, that's huge. We never had that in Maryland. To be the first Miss Maryland USA that is representing all of these aspects of what it means to be beautifully confident. It means everything to me, and I don't take it lightly.
Yeah, I'm not liking how it's just not going. I mean, it's making lower highs, but
Later, Logan. It's the way that they turn on at a certain point, the FPS of the camera, as well as the fish tank lights. Like in person, it doesn't look like that. It's like when you see a helicopter that looks like it's not spinning, the blades aren't spinning. Certain camera shutters just make it look a certain way. There you go. Is that better? Yeah, it happens every day. Rolling shutter, that's it. Thank you. It feels like it wants to roll back over. Good luck to here.
rolling up, Uber black Cadillac, high heel boots and a sexy body full of tats. Baby's bad, oh baby's hella bad. After her there ain't no coming back. Wanna take a run at that? I think she's feeling me. Turn it up a few degrees. My imagination of her body gets the best of me. Oh gosh, she's such a tease. Bitten lips, bruised knees. I'm addicted to her, need her touching me. Cause she got a bad little waist, and we tearing down this place. Off the liquor that we chase. Casamigos to the face, baby, I don't need no space. Coming closer for a taste, and I'll show you how I make everything just fade away. Cause she's like sex, drugs, cocaine, body so insane. Jealous of the clothing that she wears up on that tight frame. All game, no shame, baby came here to play. I feel like an addict cause she's sex, drugs, cocaine. Got a fine little body and her mind's kinda naughty. They say that once you taste it, you cannot replace it. She could get you high, all the dopamine inside triggers fast once she's naked. Her body's a creation. They say the devil made her for his entertainment, but even he couldn't learn how to contain it. Her high heels make a damn good statement. There is no replacement, a body by Satan. She got a bad little waist, and we tearing down this place. Off the liquor that we chase. Casamigos to the face, baby, I don't need no space. Coming closer for a taste, and I'll show you how I make everything just fade away. Cause she's like sex, drugs, cocaine, body so insane. Jealous of the clothing that she wears up on that tight frame. All game, no shame, baby came here to play. I feel like an addict cause she's sex, drugs, cocaine.
If you choke on your food, What's the trade matter at that point? Watermelon. Under Glissy? You forgot to make the money? Yeah. No, how's the beach? Did you make some money from the beach? You save yourself by drinking water? If you're choking, I've heard the best way is to just like run your, like, where you would give the Heimlich into like the corner of a table. TVNA, nice. I saw David had his best trade ever. Best single trade ever. MNY was the ticker. Yeah, he made like it was like right under $1,000 on that one trade. Not $993. Hell yeah. Israel. Yeah, I do. As you that one that says PA3. This is technically my third account with them. I mean, it's been fine. I've had to contact them quite a few times to kind of get the ball rolling on some of the things, but because they're not everything is fully automatic just yet. But I've had no issues with them. I haven't had any payouts with them yet though either, so I don't know how that process is or how it will go. Zishan, I'll buy. So Boston won taking a few at the offer. Oh, the 90% off? Yeah. Yeah, I saw Boston Celtics won. Meant to mention that earlier. Yeah, my affiliations have seemed like they've dropped off quite a bit ever since the 90% off sale ended. People, I mean, I get it. I don't want to pay 71% either. It's so funny because it's like, oh, 71% off. Can you imagine the people that actually pay the full price that they just don't know any better? Yeah, they should have went from 90 to 80 or whatever. Just to, like it just didn't make any sense to go straight back to 71%. But I guess they figured they had the 90% off for so long. But GDT, you still here? Did you see the Ravens' new helmet? Yeah, I think a lot of people are waiting. I'm pretty sure it slowed down for everybody, but when you're making that kind of money, I mean, even when it slows down, you're probably still making a decent amount, you know? I've actually had a few people sign up for MyFundedFutures, which is actually what kind of made me start looking that way. They actually also reached out to me to kind of work with them. Yeah. Take a look at this. It's like, tell me when the 90% off sale ended without telling me when the 90% off sale ended. Oh, it doesn't let me drag. It's like 10, 17, 187, 55, 59, 75, 112. You can see the weekend days, 3, 16, 47, 129, and then 5, 10, 3, 7, 4, 6, 4. Kind of funny. What are you talking about? This price action still sucks. And we're back into that original range too. Also, the new prop firm fast track trading, no evals, you go straight to funded account. You know, I heard Methodical talking about them earlier. Didn't he say there's like buy two get one free or something? I mean, I have no idea. I've never heard of them until today. $180 for the 25K. I don't know if there's any codes or whatnot. It does appear they have a affiliate program, so I don't know how it all works. Or that's quite the jump. It's more than double to go to the 50K. It's 180 for the 25K, but then it's 450 for the 50K. That doesn't really make sense. The drawdown is end of day, which is nice. Maximum accounts 20. Scaling, no. Consistency rule, yes. I guess you would have to know what the consistency rule is. It's 50% off. Oh, we might actually get a trade here. News trading is allowed, apparently. Allowed during all announcements such as FOMC, CPI, and NFP. But it's all going to factor into this consistency rule. I'm looking for where that is. No daily loss limit. Is there a maximum loss limit? Yes, obviously. So it looks to be on par with the Apex accounts. So yeah, it's a static drawdown. Oh, yeah, so it's end of day. There it is. So yes, consistency is the foundation for fast track trading's mission and our goal to create an environment that garners profitable trading and regular payouts for our users. Generally speaking, as there is no evaluation phase of our programs, a trader cannot exceed more than 20% of their total profits in a single trading session. So you can only make 20% per day. So it looks like their payouts are less as well. Payouts are the most important part of trading as it rewards us for our efforts. To this end, Fast Track Trading strives to deliver the most attractive and flexible payout. 2 phases. Phase 1, 5-day payout. Upon purchasing a new account, traders can receive a payout in as little as 5 days by achieving a daily profit of 20% of their profit buffer. For example, if a trader has opted for a rally account, which is the 25K account, their buffer zone is 5% or 1,250. To qualify for a 5-day payment, they need to earn at least $250 per day. After these 5 days of consecutively profitable trades, again with the proofreading. Why do all these sites, they just don't proofread? After these 5 days of consecutively profitable trading, traders will be allowed to withdraw up to $2,000 per account. Account max withdrawals at 5-day payout is, and then so it's 1,000 on the 25K, 1,250 on the 50K, then 1,500. I don't know. I think it was 150K, and then a 300K. The initial 5-day payouts are available once every rolling 30 days from the date of the trader's first account purchase. This is to prevent a trader from purchasing an account every 6 days to take advantage of the shorter payout window. That makes sense. Phase 2, standard biweekly payouts. Subsequently, if a trader takes a payout after 5 days, they will be eligible for payouts every 10 trading days after that. A trading day can be defined as completing at least one trade in a 24-hour period. No minimum daily profit thresholds are required. The 20% consistency rules still apply. And then it looks like the payout, the amount of payouts go up if you go 10 days instead of 5 for the first payout. What if a trader doesn't opt for a payout in 5 days? If a trader wishes to keep profits in their account to further accrue their balance and forfeit the 5-day payout option, they would roll into the 10-day payout cycle. So no matter what, to get the 2,000 payout after, you have to take the 5 or the 10-day first. Buffer zones. When an account is created, they come with a standard 5% buffer zone. This buffer is intended to prevent traders from being stopped out immediately and give them time to establish their strategy and create positive trades. In other words, when the account is open, we allow a 5% max loss before the account is disabled. That's actually funny because that's what I was trying to explain about Apex. Like, they're saying you're using the account as a stop. Well, on a 50K account, a $2,500 loss is only 5%, which is what they're saying here. And that's what most people would use in a real account. So it always bothered me that they would be like, oh, you're just using the account as a stop. And it's like, well, it's 5% of a 50K account. It seems pretty normal. But I digress. Once you've earned 5% of your account balance, you become eligible for payouts and can withdraw. So that's where they get you. So that's not even possible. Is it? Hold on, doing math. Yeah, I guess they did it exactly as it's supposed to be. Yeah. So over 5 days they did. So if you made exactly the 20% rule, but that's the thing. I wonder how, like, if you go like if you can only make 250, but you make 251, like, are they gonna dock that? Like, I guess you would just have to find out. So once you've earned 5%, you do not have to maintain the 5% buffer zone. You just have to reach it to make your account eligible for payouts. For example, let's say that a trader has an account and has an excellent 7 to 8 trading days, and for that time frame earned $15,000. They're saying this is for the 300K account, bringing their account balance to $315,000. They now have reached their buffer zone and activated payouts. But for the last few days, they take small losses, and their final account balance after the 10 trading days is $312,000. Because the 5% buffer zone is reached, the trader can request up to a max withdrawal limit. Is reached, the trader. Oh, because they're still over the 5%. So whatever the drawdown is what. So whatever the 5% of the account. So that's actually a pretty cool way to do it. So if you have a 50K account, you take the max drawdown, which is 5%, which is $2,500. That's also what you have to make in order to get payout. So 25K account would be $1,250. And it doesn't get worse for the other accounts. So the 150K would be 7,500, and then the 300K would then obviously be 15,000. But well, that doesn't make sense then. So in this example, for the last few days, they take small losses and their final account balance after the 10 trading days is 312,000. So they're not at 315. Because the 5% buffer zone is reached, the trader can request up to the max withdrawal. So they're saying you just have to hit the number, but then if you go below it, you could then still request a payout. Is that what they're saying? The minimum withdrawal amount is 250. Withdrawals are processed through our payment partner Rise and can be via ACH, wire, crypto. Additional methods are being considered. Your customers performed by Rise. How long do withdrawals take? ACH 5 to 7 business days, wire 2 to 3 business days, crypto 1 to 2 business days. Fast Track Trading processes withdrawals within 48 hours from when they are requested, but method of processing will dictate how fast the funds reach the account. We're discussing Fast Track Trading. And no, I have not taken a trade today. ICT blew the whatever. I don't even. I do have a MyFundedFutures account. That's the top one right under my webcam. Trading for science proper. Right when you thought we might get a band trade to the upside, we are now going back to the downside. Yay. It's definitely interesting. Change platform. Let's see. Do they use presently Rhythmic, Quantower, etc.? Okay, so wouldn't have to worry about that. Can I hold positions overnight? No. Is copy trading allowed? Absolutely. I have 20 accounts. Resets are available for the Daytona Grand Prix and Formula One, which I don't remember exactly which ones those are. You can reset their account to 50% of their earned profits. For example, wait, what? Let's say a trader has a Daytona Class account with an earned profit. Oh, that's the thing. Does the trailing drawdown or the end of day drawdown follow you? Maybe it answers it here. Daytona Class with $20,000, so I'm assuming that's a 300K. And on NFP Friday, the market turns against them and their account liquidates at the $50,000 max loss limit. We understand this happens to everyone and we're here to help. Rather than repurchase the account and rebuild their equity, Fast Track traders have the option to replenish half their equity. In this case, it would cost a trader 10% of their earned profit of $1,000 to buy back $10,000 in profit in addition to their starting balance of $50,000. Holy crap. So they're saying they had 20 grand of profit on a 50K account. That said, if the trader opted for this, when the market opened on Sunday at 6 p.m., they'd have $60,000 in their trading account as opposed to having to repurchase the account and start from $50,000. Wouldn't that mean they're already at payout again? Wouldn't you gladly pay $1,000 and then you could just take it right out of the account? I'm assuming everything would start over though, like the 5 days, etc. Some limitations apply to the account resets. Account has to have at least 15K in earned profit. Resets must be more than 4 days before payout day. Rally accounts do not qualify. I think the rally one is the 25K. What is going on? What do you think of ATR? Which is the best value to set for NQ charts? ATR is actually what the Keltner channels use. That would be dope if you can hold overnight trade. Yeah, there is a firm that allows you to do overnight. I want to say it's Precision. I think there's my dad dropping off a check. Hola, ¿cómo estás? Order the package. Yeah, he most of my family's on our we have like one of the old T-Mobile plans, like when they first had like all the unlimited stuff. It's called the T-Mobile One, and you can add lines for really cheap, and they get all the unlimited stuff. So we've added quite a few people over time because we'd hear that they would be complaining they're paying like 80, $90 a month, and sometimes even over 100. We'd be like, well, you could come to us, pay $35 unlimited everything. And so they do. So like usually once a year, like my brother and my dad usually, well, I think my dad pays every 6 months. My brother usually just pays up front for the whole year. Is there a video perhaps in your playlist that covers your strategy? No, not really. And it's pretty simple though. I just I just added these bands just because the inner bands. It's 3.5 instead of 4. I was just kind of messing around. I was trying to see if any of these actually hit it. I actually get rid of it because it didn't. I was just curious. But the strategy is whichever band it hits, the direction it's going, I'm looking for a retrace. And so, like, if it were to hit this band, I'd go long, looking for it to retrace. If it hits this band, I'll go short, looking for it to retrace. That's really, really all it is. The opening trade is a little bit different, which is why I've been very interested in these other firms because it seems like Apex right now is one of the only ones that is making you create this bias. This is Quantower. The platform is Quantower. Keltner is a free indicator? Yes, it is. Yeah, if you're on the free version, you can use that. You get two free indicators, no matter what they are, on Quantower if you're using the free version. If this tries to break down, this is probably going to be my last attempt here because we've slowed down quite a bit. Feels like lunchtime. So tomorrow's decent price action. Oh yeah, it's Juneteenth tomorrow. It's probably gonna suck. I had forgot about that. Actually, I'm curious if I don't even know if their thing's open tomorrow. I haven't seen any emails about it, so take out that low. Yeah, it's price action hasn't been great. All right, I'm gonna get out of here. Oh, I'll answer your question first. It went to a commercial when you were discussing your strategy. Did you say you look for a trade when it bounces off one of the Keltner bands? Yeah, essentially. So this is the 13 MA in the middle if you're looking to put it on your charts. So like I always say, you guys put this on your charts and you can kind of see what I'm talking about. So 13 MA is the middle and it's a standard deviation of 4. So 13 and then 4. And I want you to put these on your channel on your chart and just scroll left and look at every time it touches one of the bands. What does it do? So if it comes up, touches the top band, I'm looking to short. If it comes down and touches the bottom band, I'm looking to long. It's really that simple. However, you have to be patient and you have to wait until it actually hits those bands. So closed from 12 p.m. to 5 p.m. Yeah, I have no idea how exactly all those hours are. I have to look into it. But I might be here tomorrow looking for the opening trade, and then that might be it, but we'll see. But I will be here tomorrow morning. So if you want to stop by, I'll be here. If not, have a good Juneteenth, and I would then see you on Thursday. But hopefully I'll see you tomorrow. Until then, have a good rest of your day. Peace.